Welcome back here on the Senior Network. We are now joined by Joe Agee, Director of Sales, the Seabrook of Hilton Head. Good to see you, Joe.
Good to see you.
I missed you last month. I was out of town, and I think you were busy yourself. But we're back, so I want to hear what's going on at the Seabrook.
Well, we are staying pretty busy. Ever since we had our change back in March with a new website.
And you worked hard on that, I remember.
I worked very hard. With the testimonials that we have there from residents, putting the units that we have on the market, just videoing those so they can actually see what the villa looks like has been a big help.
Yeah. And you had mentioned earlier, which you never thought about, but in this market, real estate market that we have now, so many folks are able to sell their homes, as you said, really do very well with that, move into somewhere like Seabrook, and it's financially very easy for them at this point, right?
Yeah, no question about it. Gregg, there's one example I just have to share with you real quick, but I was working with this couple that lived on the island, and this was last year.
Okay.
And we got really close to having them, make a commitment. And in fact, they even put down a check on a piece of property. And so once COVID started becoming the unfortunate thing that it was, they decided they were just going to back out and stay at home and wait and see how things happen. Well, we come into 2021.
Sure.
And now things are getting better. Everybody's getting vaccinated. And so they decide we're going to go ahead and try it. We're going to put our house again on the market.
See what happens.
And see what happens. And so, of course, now everything is absolutely crazy with the real estate market here. I mean, you can't find anything that isn't even on the market for more than 48 hours, And so their real estate broker said, look, I think we can get you X amount of dollars for this unit, for your house.
Yeah.
He said, oh, well, that's quite a bit more than what we were talking about last year. I said, well, things are different. You've got a nice house looking out over the water, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
They put it on the market, and within one day, they have an offer for almost $400,000 more than what they had it
a year ago.
A year ago.
Wow. Good for them.
Yes.
Congratulations to them.
And so for them to come to the Seabrook, that basically, they saved money.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Exactly.
So, and that's still happening where there's people that are looking now more at making that move to a senior living community because the market is so good, they can get so much out of their own personal residence now that it just doesn't make sense not to.
It's a great point you bring up. Now that while things are really going strong, it is a great time. If they're thinking about doing it within the next 3 years, maybe time to speed that decision up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We don't know what it's going to be in 3 years.
No.
Yeah.
And usually something like this can only last but so long.
Right.
Until you run out of the people that, want to buy something.
Absolutely. Well, that brings up the point. I heard you mention, most everyone's vaccinated at Seabrook, so that probably takes a little ease off of things as far as having things open, correct?
Yeah. Well, the dining room's now open.
Okay.
We're serving about, half of what we normally do, just based on our staff issues and the fact that some people still just want to take their meals out.
Sure, absolutely.
But it's going to continue to get better from that standpoint.
Yeah. Now, do you see, I was just curious because, we are on the coast and you're in a great location, by the way, the Seabrook of Hilton Head. When the tour season's here and when you have a lot of visitors coming in, does that impact you as far as people wanting to take tours of the property?
Not really.
Because they're really coming for a different reason, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every once in a while you'll find someone that vacations there and their mom or dad that lives back where they're from in Ohio, whatever, they're thinking about, maybe making a move to the island themselves.
Okay.
And so, but they would want to have something separate for one of their parents.
Right, for them. And you did mention most of your dining, everything's open as far as the activities you guys are doing that?
Yep.
Great.
Yep, lunch bunch.
Okay.
It's basically as is. As what we would expect to do.
Well, congratulations. Always great to see you, Joe.
Good to see you, Gregg.
Take care of yourself. More to come here on the Senior Network. Stay with us.